The real meaning of Christmas, when the world was undone. Christmas is often wrapped in softness, lights, tradition, familiarity. But the truth is, the first Christmas was anything but comfortable. It wasn't the beginning of peace as people understood it. It was the beginning of deconstruction. A moment where the world as it had always been known quietly began to fall apart. The story doesn't begin in warmth or certainty. It begins in occupation, oppression, and waiting. The world at that time was ruled by empire, Rome, a system built on hierarchy, control, power, and fear. People believed salvation would come through strength, through force, through a leader who would overthrow power with power. That was the expectation. And then something entirely different happened. A child was born, not into royalty, not into safety, not into certainty. Born to an unprepared young woman, born without status, born without protection, born into displacement, danger, and vulnerability. This wasn't an accident. This was a direct disruption of everything people thought mattered. Christmas was not about reassurance. It was about redefinition. It asked a terrifying question. What if the way you've understood power is wrong? What if power doesn't come from dominance, but from presence? What if salvation doesn't come from control, but from love, made visible? What if transformation begins not by conquering the world, but by entering it fully? The arrival of this child dismantled the existing story, that God aligned not with empire, but with the poor, not with certainty, but with trust, not with safety, but with surrender. And that was deeply unsettling. Christmas marks the moment when the world began to lose its grip. A world where worth was assigned by status, where violence was normal, where power flowed downward. And in its place, something fragile but revolutionary emerged. A truth. Love will cost you. Compassion will disrupt you. And humanity cannot be healed through force. This is why Christmas is not meant to be easy. It is a call into discomfort, into humility, into reimagining what it means to live, to love, and to belong. It is the beginning of a slow unraveling of systems, beliefs, and identities that cannot coexist with love. And this is where the story becomes personal, because the Christmas narrative mirrors what happens inside of us. Deconstruction is rarely loud at first. It begins quietly, with unease, with questions, with the realization that once made sense, just like that night. Christmas reminds us that birth is messy, that transformation doesn't arrive polished, that new life emerges in uncertainty, and that the world must break at least a little for something new to take root. So if this season feels heavy, if traditions feel hollow, if you sense something shifting beneath the surface, you're not broken. You're standing in the same tension that existed at the very first Christmas, between what was and what is becoming. The real meaning of Christmas is not nostalgia. It is incarnation. Love stepping into reality, fully aware of the cost. It is the courage to begin again, even when the future is unclear. And maybe that's the invitation this season offers us still. To let go of the worlds we've outgrown. To allow what no longer serves love to fall apart. And to trust that something more honest is trying to be born. Christmas was never about keeping things the same. It was about everything changing. So maybe the real meaning of Christmas isn't about celebrating what is familiar. Maybe it's about having the courage to release what no longer holds life. Because when love entered the world that night, it didn't arrive to decorate existing systems. It came to undo them. To expose what was hollow, to soften what was hardened, to stand in direct contrast to fear, control, and certainty. And that disruption continues. Christmas still asks the same question of us today. What are you clinging to that cannot survive love? What beliefs, identities, or comforts must fall away for something truer to emerge? Because incarnation is not passive. It is love choosing to dwell inside the mess, inside the uncertainty, inside the human experience exactly as it is. And maybe that's why this season can feel unsettling, because deep down we sense it. That something in us is being invited to change. That something we once relied on is no longer enough. That the world and we ourselves are being asked to become more honest. The first Christmas did not promise stability. It promised presence. It did not offer answers. It offered companionship. It did not protect people from suffering. It entered it and transformed it from the inside out. So if you are standing at the edge of change, if your old ways of understanding no longer fit, if you feel the ground shifting beneath you, you're not losing faith. You are standing in its truest form. Christmas is not the reassurance that nothing will change. It is the assurance that love will meet us in the changing. And that will be enough to begin again. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Come with me, my friend. Journey with Nicole.